Good morning. Today we are going to have a lesson on Fareme, okay? We are going to have a lesson on Fareme, family, religion, and moral education. We are still on the topic of Christianity, but we are looking at the subtopic. The last time we looked at religious artifacts and attire. Today I want to look at religious practitioners. Religious practitioners. The practitioners is P-R-A-C-T-I-O-N-E-R-S. Another T-I-O-N-E-R-S. Religious practitioners, okay? When we talk about Christianity, we know that in Christianity, we have a lot of churches, right? Under Christianity, we know that our place of worship is a church. And we know that in a church, there are a lot of religious practitioners. Practitioners are people who conduct the different churches, all the ceremonies that are conducted in churches. Okay, who can give me an example of a religious practitioner that they know from their church? A religious practitioner that they know from the church. We know that if you go to church, it's not everyone who's going to be up there on the pulpit, okay? Most of us will be sitting back, but there is someone who will be standing in front, who is the religious practitioner. Yes, Michaela?
A priest.
A priest? A priest is from which church?
A Christian church.
A Christian church. Which specific? There are different denominations of church. We have this SDA church, Roman Catholic church,
Seventh-day
Adventist. There is a priest at the Seventh-day Adventist. Any other religious practitioner that you know from your church, Takuza? When you go to church, your practitioner, what do you call your religious practitioner? I'm from the Roman Catholic Church. We also call our religious practitioners priests. We call them priests, okay? And then they are called fathers, okay? Fathers, yes. They are religious practitioners. From your church, Takuta, what do you call your religious practitioner? What is the name that you give to your religious? Sorry?
Pastors.
Pastors, yes, let's take that down. We have pastors, we have priests, okay? We have bishops. There are so many people. We also have archbishops in the Roman Catholic churches. These are different religious practitioners. They come from different churches, okay? Because we know that as Christians, there are many churches that are under Christianity, okay? These are religious practitioners that are responsible for leading people in the different churches, okay? All right, so please may you listen. I'm going to read just a small passage for us on religious practitioners. What are they saying about religious practitioners, okay? The Christian religion has many practitioners, okay? So as Christians, there are many religious practitioners, okay? It doesn't matter whether you are SDA, whether you are Roman Catholic, whether you are from Word of Life, from Anglican Church. We are all Christians, okay? Because we all follow Jesus Christ. So we have different religious practitioners, but we all open the same Bible, okay? So the Christian religion has many practitioners. These include priests, pastors, evangelists, prophets, teachers, apostles, and bishops. So religious practitioners, they may ask you, can you name 4 religious practitioners? You have a priest, a pastor, evangelists, prophets, some are called teachers, apostles, and bishops. Different Christian groups have different structures and practices which influence how they practice their religion. So as Christians, we have different ways and different things that we do, practices that we do in churches, okay? How we practice our religion. A priest from a Roman Catholic church does things differently than a priest from the SDA church, okay? While a pastor from a Word of Life can do things different okay, from an evangelist, okay. So there are different ways in which practitioners perform and do their structures. You know that in churches, there are different rules in churches, right? The SDA church has its own rules. You know that the Roman Catholic Church may have different rules from the SDA, whilst the Word of Life, and they also have their different rules as well. But the bottom line is we are all Christians, okay? We are all Christians. We believe in Jesus Christ. We also open the same Bible, okay? Priests lead in religious services, okay, rituals and ceremonies, and use holy water in their religious practices. So priests, they lead in religious services, rituals and ceremonies, and use holy water in their religious practices. For example, when you have priests, they perform the funerals as well. They perform weddings, okay? They do a lot of practices that they do in ceremonies. Maybe if you have a birthday party, you can invite a priest over or your pastor to come and bless the cake, to come and bless that party before you start it, okay? Yes. So we say that even
Yes,
our
ma'am.
Yes, yes. So we invite them, even in our parties, we invite them. They bless our marriages as well. That's why you firstly go to get married, firstly at the church, then afterwards you have your reception of dancing. But you have the priest coming to bless different ceremonies. Even when a baby is born, people can invite priests to come and pray for the baby, okay? If maybe people have bought a new house, you can invite your priest to come and bless your house for you. Okay, so there are many different ceremonies that are performed by religious practitioners. We also find them performing funerals as well. As said as it is, we need them to come and do the farewell of a loved one. Okay, yes, so they perform a lot of practices and ceremonies. Okay, and sometimes they use holy water in their religious practices. Okay, there is water that they pray for, and that water they give it to people, or they spray to people to assist in with ceremonies. Okay, in some Christian groups, the religious practitioners use holy oil to conduct their rituals and ceremonies. Have you ever heard about holy oil or holy water, Takuta? Michaela, I'm
Yes,
looking
ma'am.
at
Yes.
this. What can you tell me about holy oil and holy water, Takuta? What can you tell me? What can you tell me about holy water and holy oil? What have you heard about it? How is it assisting people in different religions? Anything that you know about holy water or holy oil that you have heard? What about Michaela? While this Takuta is still, I can see, is still structuring up his thoughts. Let's give him a chance. Michaela, have you heard anything about holy oil or holy water before? And what it's, yes, Michaela, what can you tell me about holy water and holy oil?
Some people use holy water to baptize people that have committed sins.
Good. People use holy water to baptize, okay? When you are baptized a church, baptism is dipping people in water, okay? You are supposed to, when you are baptized, there should be the use of water. So that holy water is used to baptize people as well. How many of us have been baptized here? Have you been baptized before?
Man,
Have you been baptized? Takuta? Yet some people they baptize when people are older. Yes, I understand churches sometimes they baptize people when they are older. In Roman Catholic churches, even children are baptized when they are young, and some people get baptized when they are older. Okay, so with baptism, one thing that we know about baptism is that there is use of water, and that can be the holy water that is used. Michaela, you wanted to say something? Please unlock your video.
man, video keeps unlocking.
Sorry, it keeps on unlocking. Okay, maybe may you touch it once, don't touch it twice, the video
Okay.
part. Okay, all right. And then we said holy oil. Holy oil sometimes, Takuta, do you have something to say about holy oil? To say something about holy oil? If you have heard about it. Well, I've also heard about that. Maybe when people are sick, holy oil can be, they can be given holy oil, apply it, okay? around the areas where they are
Yes.
sick, just to protect them. And that's a method of use when they are applying to people who are sick. That holy oil is also given as well. Even for children, they can apply holy oil. You remember when we talked about heritage, we said that in heritage studies in the African traditional religion, children are given, there is something that they put on their heads with the African traditional religion. Whilst in Christianity, holy oil can be applied to those babies, you know, the infants, the newborn babies. Holy oil is applied on them to protect them, okay? Because it is just a way to protect the young ones, just to say thank you to God for giving us that blessing of the legal one, okay? So that's how people can use holy oil. Pastors, first I was talking about priests, now I want to talk about pastors. Pastors conduct services and lead congregations or groups. Many of the pastors are trained at theoretical colleges. So with pastors, I can be a pastor, I can go to a college and be a pastor, okay? The, the course, or let's say that they take is called theology. Let me spell theology for you. Theology is Theological. Sorry, theology. Sorry, Theology. That's theology. GY, that is theology. So theology is the course that people can take to become pastors. Okay? So if you want to become a pastor, you can do divinity, maybe at A level or at O level, and then you progress yourself to, you know, it's there up to university level. This theology, they do it to university level, they do degrees in theology, and they become pastors. Okay, yes. So pastorship can be a calling or a passion. You can be called to become a pastor, but some people also, they can go to school and they can learn theology and they can train and be pastors as well. Okay. So if you want to
Yes, ma'am.
become a pastor when you grow up, you can go to school and learn theology and become a pastor. It is there are now courses that are taken to become pastors. Okay. Then evangelists. I'm now explaining the different people. The priests, we said they use holy oil, holy water, they use holy oil, okay? They perform different ceremonies like funerals, birthdays, weddings. They conduct a lot of ceremonies. Pastors, they also conduct services and lead congregations or groups. And many pastors can be trained at theological colleges, okay? Then evangelists. Evangelists spread the Christian word and are largely responsible for converting. They are largely responsible for converting new members to Christianity in their churches or groups. Yes, Michaela, your hand is up.
Ma'am,
Yes,
how come some prophets are fake?
sorry, Michaela.
How come some prophets are fake?
Okay, when we talk about fake prophets, remember what we said about becoming priests and pastors. Sometimes it can be a calling, right? Okay, so someone can say that I am a pastor or I am a prophet. So when people say that, sometimes that's what leads to other people becoming false prophets or something, because some people are called. Do you understand? You cannot, some people don't go and get teachings in becoming religious practitioners. When it comes to being religious, we talk about passion, we talk about callings. So sometimes some people can lie about these callings. That's what makes people to end up becoming fake prophets or fake priests and pastors, something like that. Okay, and also we must also understand that this thing about being religious, we also have to understand that people, they are also humans, they also make mistakes sometimes. So when you see someone becoming a prophet or a pastor, people expect them to be totally, they should not make any mistakes. Do you understand? Some people end up saying, that one is a fake pastor or is a fake prophet, because maybe they see them making a mistake or something, then they think maybe they are lying. But there are some people who end up lying about that because it's hard to trace. Do you understand? It's hard to trace whether the calling is true or whether it is not. Okay, so it depends on the type of people. Also depends on the type of person. Anyone can just lie about something. Do you understand? They can just lie to people just to get people to listen to them or people to come to their churches or anything. It depends on the type of a person. So people can lie, and that's why we end up having people who are said to be fake prophets and all that. Okay, and then evangelists. Who has seen an evangelist before? Those people who go around the homes converting people. They go and they talk to you about Jesus Christ. When they meet you, they tell you about Jesus Christ. They tell you about Christianity. They try to convert people. Those are evangelists. Okay, they go from door to door evangelizing about Christianity. Michaela, you've met evangelists before?
Yes,
Yes.
many times, ma'am.
Many times. What about you, Takuta? Have you met any evangelists before? Yes. Evangelists
Yes, ma'am.
as young as children. Yes. Even you as a child, you can be an evangelist. You can go around teaching the Christian values and telling people about Christianity. That's why we have evangelists, okay? Evangelists convert new members, okay? They tell people about Christianity, they call people to their churches and all that. There are so many evangelists around nowadays. And some religious groups have prophets. Prophets, some of them have healing powers, and they use these powers in their religious practice. That's what Michaela was talking about. With prophets, you cannot tell whether someone is true or not because it goes with their calling. They can tell you, I've seen this, I have not been able to see this. So it's hard to tell whether someone is a true prophet or not. It's only God who can tell or not. That's why sometimes you end up getting people who are said to be false or fake uh, prophets, like what Michaela is saying. We have people like apostles. Apostles are religious practitioners who regard themselves as sent by Jesus Christ and have the same mission as Jesus' disciples. We have some people who call themselves apostles. Okay, apostles. They are people. You see the white garment churches. Have you seen them? Those who wear the white garments. Who knows them? Those who wear white garments, yes, you know them, Takuta. They call themselves apostles because they say they are followers. They follow what the disciples of Jesus Christ did. They follow the mission of Jesus Christ's disciples. So these are different religious practitioners, okay? We have priests, pastors, evangelists, prophets, apostles. They have different things that they do, they have different activities that they perform. Okay, we have teachers of religion. Teachers of religion work in the same way as evangelists. They call themselves teachers. They, they work like evangelists. They explain or interpret the meaning of the Bible teachings. How many of us go to Sunday school in church? How many of us go to Sunday school? Do you have Sunday school where maybe when adults are going to their main church, you have your own children's church where you go, the Sunday school, and you have some people who teach you there? Yes, Michaela? Yes. You have people who teach you there? Yes, Michaela?
Teacher, in South Africa, there's a church called Christ Church. It's a school from Monday to Sunday, and um, it's about Christ, and it teaches about Jesus Christ.
Yes.
And
Yes, continue.
sometimes on Friday you can even stay there for a day, and then you'll be learning the whole day.
Okay, yes. So these people, they call themselves teachers of religion, okay? They teach, they're not necessarily evangelists, but they teach children, they explain, they interpret the meaning of the Bible. Maybe that's when they teach you about the Bible. As children, they tell you about the Bible, they tell you about parables, they tell you about Jesus Christ, they interpret the Bible. They are teachers of religion. They are also religious practitioners. They are not necessarily priests, they're not necessarily evangelists, but they are teachers. They are different. They can be moms and dads of our friends, okay? They become teachers of religion. We also have bishops. Bishops are usually leaders of their churches, denominations, or congregations. When you have these priests and the pastors, you have the bishop above, okay, who is now the leader of the churches or the denominations or congregations. One becomes a bishop as a promotion of having served in the church loyally, and some become bishops by being founders of the church. Let's say if maybe I have been a priest for a long time, I can be become a bishop because I've been loyal to the church, I've been doing good things to the church, I've been contributing a lot to the church, I've converted people, I've managed to, I've been preaching, and then you become a bishop. While others can become bishops because they are founders of the church. I know Bishop from the Family of God Church, Utaunashe. I know Bishop Utaunashe. Who knows Bishop Utaunashe? Do you know from the Family of God Church, Folk Church? I know Bishop Utaunashe is also a bishop in the Family of God Church, is the founder of Family of God Church. In the Roman Catholic Church, we have bishop, archbishops, we have them as well. We have them in different, from Lawayo, Hueru, they become the people who become the leaders on top of the whole congregation and above the whole priests and other evangelists. Okay, so bishops are usually the most senior in the different churches, groups, or denominations, depending on the church's structure, while pastors, reverends, priests, evangelists, and teachers work under the bishop. So everyone comes under, and the bishop is on top there, on top of the priests, the evangelists, the teachers, everyone, okay? Because you know that in every institution there must be a leader. Even in a church is an institution, it also has a leader. Okay, so who can tell me what they managed to understand and from today's lesson? What did you get? What did you learn from today's lesson about religious practitioners? Let me start with Takuta. Yes, Takuta, what did you learn today about religious practitioners?
And in religious practitioners, I learned that in one religion they can read the same book, but they do different. They are different practitioners, but they are in the same religion.
Yes, that's good. Thank you, Takuta. We have one religion, Christianity, but we have different religious practitioners. That's why we find that in we have pastors, okay? Whilst in other churches, in SDA church, you can have priests. In SDA church, I know there are deacons as well. Deacons who can be ladies, and no, I know the deacons. We also have deacons as well in Roman Catholic churches. They perform different things. But whatever practices that they perform, we all perform to complement Christianity, okay? Because we are all Christians. Doesn't matter whether I'm a pastor or I'm a bishop or I'm from which church, we all complement Christianity. Michaela, you had something to say. Thank you, Takuta. That's a good contribution. Michaela?
I learned that there are many people that can spread the word of God.
Yes, yes. There are many people who spread the word of God. We have evangelists, they spread the word of God. We have teachers of religion, they also spread the word of God. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Can you name any 4 religious practitioners that you learned about today? Name any 4 religious practitioners that you learned about today. Yes, Michaela?
I learned about priests, I learned about bishops, I learned about prophets, I learned about apostles.
Good, thank you, Michaela. Okay, who can tell me, what does a priest do? What does a priest do? What does he do? I talked about something. I said they have holy something, holy something that starts with a W, and holy something that starts with an O. What do they have? Yes, Michaela? Let me give Takuta, let's give Takuta a chance. Yes, his hand is up. Yes, TC?
They have holy water and holy oil.
Is holy water and holy oil that they use in the different ceremonies that they perform. Okay, which religious practitioner is regarded as having healing powers? Who has healing powers? Who can heal and see things? Which religious practitioner can heal and see things? Yes, Michaela?
Prophets.
Prophets, yes, prophets. We hear about them. There are so many prophets around nowadays. We hear about their different things that they perform. People are walking, people who cannot see, the blind can see. People with different sicknesses, they are being healed. These are the different, this is a work of a prophet. The prophet is assisting people in so many ways. Dash work is the same as the evangelist. Who works the same as an evangelist? Who works the same as an evangelist? Who works the same as an evangelist? Yes, Michaela?
Apostles.
No, not apostles. That's with a T. I'm going to give you the clue. Me. Yes, Chakuza?
Teachers.
Yes, teachers of religion. When I said we can have them, they can be our mothers, our fathers, our uncles. They are not priests. They stay at home, but they become teachers of religion. They work in the same way as evangelists, okay? They come in to work and serve by assisting people, teaching children. They can teach us in Sunday school or wherever, okay? All right, so thank you so much for having today's lesson. I hope you managed to understand today's lesson. Did you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, I also enjoyed. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I uploaded work for you on religious practitioners. I'll also upload the piece that I was reading, okay, so that you are also able to understand it, okay? All right. So have a nice day and bye. Bye, Takuta. Bye, Michaela.
Bye, teacher.
Have a nice day. Please
Bye,
welcome.
Michaela.
Bye.
Bye, teacher. Bye, everyone.
Carissa. Next time you come, you bring my sweet Carissa for coming to class. Okay, bye.
And teacher, I'll also see if I can bring my sister along.
Okay, bye, Michaela.